What's up, guys? Welcome back to Healthy Recipe. Today I'm going to be giving you guys our garden tour. A lot of you guys have been asking to show the vegetables that I get from my videos. So I'm going to show you guys a really quick garden tour and show you what we have going on. Here is our garlic right now, and there's garlic underneath here. The garlic bulbs, they still got some growing to do, but this is our garlic that we use. We'll dry these up when they're big enough. We'll rip them out of the ground, and let me see if I can show you guys a little bulb here. See, there's a garlic bulb right there. Look how big they are. And this is all organic. We got some purslane right next to it, but these are all organic garlic. Look at the size of that garlic bulb. And we don't use pesticides or any types of fertilizers or anything. It's 100% natural. We just get dirt, and we buy a few yards of dirt. We order it on Craigslist, and they deliver it here. And we've been adding dirt to our yard for the last few years. We've been here for 3 years now, and every few months we add more topsoil, composted dirt, and we grow all our own vegetables. This is actually a rosemary bush, and this thing is huge. It just grows by itself like a weed, and it's gotten really big. We got rosemary fresh whenever we want. Over on this side, we got our kale, and this is dinosaur kale, lacinato kale. These plants are close to a year old now, so we'll probably grow some new ones in. And over here we got some Russian kale. This stuff got really bad bugs. It got aphids, an aphid infestation. We had a lot of them, but they got sick, so we only got one left of that right now. Over here we got some pigeon peas growing, and we actually put these all around our yard, around the property, to make a fence. These are perennials, and they grow really beautifully, 6 to 7 feet tall, the plants, when they're done, and they have beautiful yellow flowers, and they will grow and provide pigeon peas for years, which is a great legume to eat, loaded with great nutrition. And over here we got some different varieties of kale that we started growing. These were some seeds that we were testing that were organic, that didn't turn out too good. But you know, we got a couple of plants out of it. The good thing about kale is that it will keep on growing for years. And what happens is, you know, after a year or two, the leaves become a little bit smaller, but it will continue to provide food for a very, very long time. And it's really easy to grow. Very hardy here in Florida, and doesn't take a whole lot of effort. Okay, here I have some onions, and these we just planted not that long ago. They still don't really have the bulbs. We planted a couple of weeks ago, but you can take the top leaves and use them for seasoning if you want. But the onions will be coming in probably like within 40 to 50 days. We should have ready to eat onions there. Here we have a variety of string beans. These are called yard beans, and they're grown in different parts of Asia, and they're really, really big string beans. They're a lighter color green, and they grow up to a yard long. These will actually wrap like a weed up, and we'll put a trellis so they can go up in it, and we'll have string beans there to eat for quite a while. Over here we have our papaya, and you can see it's got a bunch of fruit there. We got some more over here. And in between the papaya, we have here, this is a perennial that's called longevity spinach, and this leaves are really, really good for you. They're loaded with nutrients. It is said that it has cholesterol and glucose lowering properties. So for people that are diabetic or have high cholesterol, this will lower it. Really, really tasty. You can harvest the leaves, and this will continue to grow like a weed. I ordered mine. I I think 3 of these, and they're all already doing very well. So it should provide food for us for quite a while. This is our soursop tree, and soursop is also said to have a lot of medicinal qualities. They say that it has anti-cancer properties in the fruit, and also the leaves. It's very temperature affected, so because here in Florida, the part that we're in, it is zone 10A. It does get a little bit cold, so that's why the leaves are kind of looking a little bit ugly. Once it gets warmer, the leaves are green, and it actually loses all of its leaves once a year here in the winter. Here we have another beautiful papaya tree that is loaded with fruit, and we use these to make papaya salad and also for smoothies. And everything here is 100% organic. This is our lemongrass tree. And it's pretty much like a weed. We don't have to do anything to it. Anything we need lemongrass for a recipe, we just go in there and grab a bunch. This is sugarcane that we actually started growing just kind of like as an experiment. So it's doing very well. This is one of our Mayor lemon trees. We have 2 of these on the property, and they will be flowering soon. We seem to have a little bit of an issue here in Florida with the citrus. There's a lot of different things that attack it, so we'll see how that turns out. These are our sweet potatoes, and basically what you do is you just take a sweet potato and you leave it, and once that sweet potato starts to grow little sprouts, you can cut it into pieces and stick it on the ground, and this is what you will turn up with. This will produce hundreds and hundreds of sweet potatoes out of this row, and they're all organic. Really easy to do. Basically just chop the sweet potato, stick it on the ground, and these plants will grow and will give you sweet potatoes all year. This is our mango tree. It's only about, I think, 1.5 years old, and this one we grew from seed, and it's a very, very hardy tree. We've been really lucky with it. Some trees just seem to do a lot better than others. I think because they're maybe native to this climate and this zone. And then I think some others might have been brought in, from other places, and they don't do as well. So we're kind of like learning and just trying to keep the ones that thrive and continue to nourish them. This is our parsley bed, and those of you guys that watch my videos, you know how much I love using fresh herbs. So I come here and I pick it in the morning. I cut, as you can see right here, where I've already cut and trimmed so many. And I think that this parsley is actually going to keep on growing here for good now that it's really caught on. And we'll probably have parsley from now on from these plants pretty much forever. So it's really amazing to have such a great natural healthy herb here. Just walk out back and cut it. And from seeds, I have the same seeds that I use organic on our website, healthyrecipe.store. The same seeds that produce all of this parsley. You guys can order them and have them shipped to you for free. And anywhere in the United States, you can get them within 2 to 5 days if you're interested in getting some of these herbs and organic seeds that I grew my garden from. This right here is taro. It's a root vegetable. As you can see, it's got a bunch of babies. And this is like a starchy root vegetable, similar to a potato, but it's a lot more flavorful, and it's got a lot more fiber. So we grow these. We got a whole bunch of them over here too. And these will grow into little babies, and then these will also have more taro inside. This right here is what they call shadow benny or culantro. It has the same flavor as cilantro, but the leaves are quite a bit stronger. It's like a wild cilantro. This grows here every year. We drop some seeds, and now it dies in the winter, and then in the spring comes back, and it will be everywhere, all over our garden. So we have this all year pretty much. Here we have some arugula that went to seed, as you can see here. And we grow arugula every year also. We love the flavor. It's very peppery. It adds amazing flavor to our food. And then next to the arugula, oh, look at the honeybee. We have a honeybee pollinating right now as we speak. Goes to show you the ecosystem doing its magic right here. That's amazing. And right here we have coriander, and basically these are the seeds that people use for spicing. And you know, you can see how many flowers are on the cilantro. These flowers have a little bit more oil than the actual plant, and they're very, very flavorful. Right here we have our avocado tree, and this was the first one that produced for us. Last year we got avocados from it, and this is a variety called Choquette, and we had some really, really big avocado fruits from it. Around December to January the fruits were ready, and it's already starting to flower, so we'll probably get more avocados from it this year. This is another avocado tree that we grew from seed, and this one's only 2 years old, but you can see how big it already is. This one is thriving over all of our avocado trees. We got about 5 avocado trees here, and this one is doing the best. Goes to show you that sometimes some varieties do a lot better than others. I have trees on here that are quite a bit older, and they're not even nowhere near this size. These are actually like a little fruit that grows about the size of a fig. They have a big seed in them, and they're a little bit sour. They're called ciruela in our language in Cuba, where I'm from. I'm not sure what they call it here in English, but I've always eaten these when I was a little kid. So we got the tree. As you can see, it's got all these little sprouts everywhere. As you can see, it's got all these little sprouts, and all of these little sprouts are actually turned into fruits, and they're on every limb on the ends of the plant. Over here we have another papaya tree, and we have about 8 of these on the property, and they're loaded with fruit. These are also like perennials, so they will produce for years. We have plants here. One of the ones on the other side that's 3 years old, and it got hit by Hurricane Irma when it came through here, and most of our trees got all bent up, but that one survived, and even after a hurricane it's still producing huge amounts of fruit. Here we have another beautiful avocado tree that's really thriving. This one actually lost all its leaves, and we thought it was going to die, and then it continued to produce leaves after they fell off. It looked like it got sick, and now it made a full recovery. It looks amazing, really good. And this is pigeon peas, and we have grown these all around the property to create a fence and a noise barrier, because we're in a corner lot. As you can hear, there's a lot of traffic and it makes a lot of noise. So rather than getting a regular fence, we started with this first, and then we'll probably put in a white picket fence or something like that. But this will act as the first noise barrier and also as a privacy fence, produce food for many years. This is our bitter orange tree, and it's growing really, really big. It has not produced oranges yet, but we're hoping within the next year or so that it will produce some orange. And these are just oranges that have like a really sour, aromatic flavor to them. They're really amazing for seasoning. I hope you enjoyed my garden tour. There's quite a bit more as far as trees and things like that, but I already showed you guys one of them. So I didn't want to make this video too long to where it would bore you to death, but you have an idea of what I have here. I'll go more in depth as to how to grow stuff and things like that, and more videos to come in the future. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Remember to subscribe, give us a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you really soon on the next one.